One of the major advantages of Canvas is that it allows us to turn in files, say from Google Documents, and allow us to grade those files. So one of the things that would be very, very handy on this is if we could take a type of file that everybody can access, say a PDF, and have very, very reliable abilities to take that PDF, edit it, and send it where we need to send it. So in order to do that, we can use Google Documents as a storage place and a program called Kami to allow us to edit PDFs very easily and quickly. So in order to access Kami, what you want to do is you want to start from your Google Drive and have whatever PDF you want to access ready to go. So here I've got a pretty uninspiring quiz retake practice to look at. And if I click on that, it's going to bring up the preview in Google Documents, and at the top you'll see this option that says Open With. If I pull that down, it will give me the option to connect more apps. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect an app named Kami to my Google Drive. So that's K-A-M-I. And all I have to do is hit connect, and it will do its work, and now this is available. It says, hey, you can now use Kami. And so I will open up that menu again, and now I see Kami as an option for opening this patterns retake practice. And so I am going to select that. Now the first time this runs, it's going to ask you to authorize Google Drive. And that's something that just happens once, so this is not going to pop up every single time. And it does take a second to load. Note that this is a very, very big and very, very powerful program, and so we're overlaying stuff on top of an already complicated process. I want to authorize my Google Drive, and then it's going to ask for permission to look at what it needs to look at. I'm going to select Allow, which is probably clipped off from your screen. I apologize. And now that same PDF file of the uninspiring worksheet that I had earlier now opens up in the Kami app. And you can see I have all kinds of options here. For the free options, which is the ones we are most interested in, you can do things like take text and highlight it in a certain color. So for instance, if I wanted to highlight the name of the assignment, I can do so just by selecting it with that highlighter tool. If I wanted to cross something out, date, who needs that? Nobody's turning anything on time. So I can just select the date, it'll cross through it. If I want to underline something and let my students know that, oh, it is really important that you put your name on this, so I know who you are, we can underline that and make it extra important. If I need to make a comment, I can enter comment mode, select what color I'd like, and then anywhere I click, it will give me the option to put a comment there. So for instance, if I want to put a comment about how important names are, this is important, I can do so. And that comment will be saved there. That little red dot is the indication that there is a comment going on. And everywhere I click, it will bring up another option for that. Finally, and the thing that interests me most, or I shouldn't say finally, we have another tool down there we can use, is the text mode tool. So I can select this, and I can select what color I'd like to type in. I'll select orange, go Vols. And now anywhere I click on this, I'm able to type. So for instance, if I want to type my name, I can simply do so right there. In this, it still gives me a lot of options. I realize that's hard to see, so as much as I love orange, maybe we need a different color. So I thought I could change that there. I think that's trying to bring this up in the top menu. Let me drag this down some. There we go. I just needed room for that to pop up. So as you can see, I can move it there. I can change the colors. Let's go with red. Red's always easy to see. I can change the size. I can rotate the text. or I can just close out that text box. Now I'm going to move it back where I wanted it originally. And now your students have access to type or write anything they want to on this. So we're talking full paperless now. If they're in Google Documents and they have a PDF file saved there that you have sent to them, they can now edit this thing in Kami and turn it back into you through Canvas. Now, the only part of that that needs any kind of fix at all is we have to make sure that we save all of these changes to Google Documents before we submit that file. So in order to do that, if you look over here in the top right corner where you see the circular arrow symbol, we can sync this to Google Drive. So you see Google Drive, there are 8 unsaved changes. We want to go ahead and save that now. And in just a moment, we'll see that 8 unsaved changes change to all changes saved. And when that happens, all the changes that I've made in Kami are now saved to Google Drive, and I can safely turn that in, and whoever I turn it into will have access to all the changes that I've made. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at sean.kelly@knoxschools.org. I would be happy to answer any of your questions.